Hello everyone, welcome back to the new video of this series. So in this video we are going to see that what is Firebase, okay, and how we will be integrating this Firebase in our React project. So first of all, let me tell you about this Firebase, that this Firebase is a backend as a service. Okay, let me write it here. Firebase is a backend as a service. Okay, now what is backend as a service? See, what backend is basically, backend is like API, okay, or the code which you have written which do the authentication for you, okay, or with the help of that backend you can store the data into the database, okay, or let's say if you want to store image somewhere, so then you can store image at some server and then you can get the URL. Okay, so all these kind of things are done with the help of backend. But if you are just a front-end developer or a mobile developer, okay, who does not know the backend, how to build the backend or how to write, then there are some of the providers who give you this backend as a service. So Firebase is one such product, okay, and Firebase is given to you by Google, okay, so that you can use this Firebase as the backend of your let's say front-end application or a mobile application, and you can build a end-to-end product without having any knowledge of the backend. Okay, now how do you use Firebase basically? See, in Firebase, first of all, you have to create the one project. Okay, now let us see all those steps how you can do. First of all, go to this website firebase.google.com, okay, and then here you will see one button which says go to the console. Okay, just simply click on this button, then you will be taken to the console of this Firebase. Okay, so in your case there might be some project if you have already used Firebase, or if there is someone who have not used the Firebase till now, then it might be empty for you. Okay, this card will not be present. So then what you have to do, just click on this button or card which say add project. Okay, after clicking on that button, a new screen will appear which will say that you have to give the project name. Okay, so let's say we will give the project name Bloggly Video, okay, course. So this is the name of our project which will show in the Firebase. Now just simply click on continue. Then a new screen will appear which will say whether you want to add Google Analytics for your Firebase project. So it totally depends on you if you want to like have the Google Analytics for a project or not. So, but we will not enable it. Okay, and just simply click on this button which says create project. Now it will take a couple of seconds, okay, to create the project in your Firebase dashboard, and then you can basically integrate in your React application. So now our project is ready. So just simply click on this button, continue. Okay, that's it. Now I will again head back to the firebase.google.com to show you that how this will appear. Again I will click on go to console. Now you can see that the project is appearing on our, or it is visible on the dashboard over or the console of our Firebase. Okay, now it is the main dashboard of your project, okay, where you can see that how you can integrate this Firebase in your project, okay, whether it is a iOS app, Android app, or it is a web-based app, or if you want to add it in Flutter, or if you want to add it in Unity. Okay, so this is not the thing which we have to worry about. Let us explore all those things one by one. So what we are going to do is we have our web application. So just simply click on this code button. When you will hover over this, it will show web. I have clicked on this. Now a new screen will appear in front of you which will say that you need to register your app. Okay, now again just give one app name to this. Again I will give this same name. Now see, here is a checkbox which say that whether you want Firebase hosting or not. I do not want the Firebase hosting. Okay, I will simply deploy this entire application using Netlify. So we do not need the Firebase hosting. Okay, now simply click on this register app button. Now after this, the second step will be that now you need to add this Firebase in your React. app. Okay, now here are two kind of steps. First of all is that you can use npm to install the Firebase in your application, or you can use the script tag. So we do not want script tag. I will use the npm, because earlier what used to happen is Firebase was not having a modular kind of a structure. Okay, but now Firebase give us a module kind of a structure where like whatever thing you want to access, whether it is authentication or whether you want to access the database of Firebase, so you can simply use access it in the module wise. Okay, and it is little bit easier as well. So I will again simply copy the this command to install the Firebase. Again open the terminal. Let us paste this command. Okay, and it will take a couple of seconds to install the Firebase in our project. But meanwhile, let us see the next step. It say now then initialize Firebase and begin using SDK. Now these are the API keys of your project. Okay, let me tell you one thing, that please try to create your own API keys. Okay, because after this video course I will delete this entire project. Okay, so these keys will not be valid. Okay, now simply I will copy this entire code, and I will again go back to this React application. So our Firebase is also installed. Let us clear this console. Now what I will do is, in this source folder I will create one new folder which has a name of config, and in this config folder I will create one file, firebase.js, and in this I will simply copy this paste this entire command. Okay, or the code which I have copied from there. Now that's it. Okay, now we have added the Firebase in our React project. Now you can again simply click on this button, continue to console. Okay, now see one important step. Now whenever we will create the note, so where that note is going to be stored. Okay, so this Firebase has database. Okay, it gives you the authentication as well, it gives you the database as well. Now from where you will find out that database? See here on the left hand side portion you can see this button which say build, basically a drop down menu. Just click on this. So first option is authentication, if you want to add authentication in your application, but we do not want that, okay, as of now. And then third is the Firestore database, and second is the real-time database. So here we are going to use this Firestore database, so let us click on this. Okay, and a new screen has appeared. It's a cloud Firestore real-time updates, powerful query and automatic scaling. Okay, now what you need to do is, in this you need to create the database. How? Just simply click on this create database button. Now here are again two steps that how you will create the database. It is in the two steps. First is the production mode, second is the test mode. We do not want this in the production mode because we are just learning how we can use the Firebase in our React application. So just click on this start in test mode and click on the next button. And before clicking on the next button, let me tell you what are these. These are basically rules. Okay, rules to rules to access or to use the database. If we are using this in the production mode, then it will say that if like you can add rules like if someone is not authenticated, then he cannot even write something in the database. Okay, so if you want to modify the rules before launching your application in the production, then you can definitely do it. Okay, so simply click on the start in test mode and click on next. It will tell you that where do you want to store the Firebase. Okay, basically it will be stored in the Google Cloud platform. Okay, so just leave this as it is, but if you want to store somewhere in any other region, then you can choose that, but we will simply click on enable. An unknown error occurred. Okay, now you can see that we were getting the error, but after refreshing, after closing that pop-up, I refresh this entire website and my database is created. Okay, now see, this is again a new screen of the Firestore database. Okay, now let me give you the overview about this. That here is the main, you can say, the portion where we can see the entire data which is coming. Now see, in this Firestore, the data will be getting stored in the JSON kind of format. Okay, so you can simply create one collection. Okay, we will see that thing. Okay, now here on the above side, you can see that this is the data portion where we can see the entire database, and second is the rules section where I have shown you that rules are there. Okay, in the production or in the test mode, so those rules will be present here. See, like this. If you want, you can edit these rules. Okay, depending on your use case. Yeah, so that's it for this video. I hope you have liked this video. Okay, now in the next video, let us try to build the entire front end first of all. Okay, then we will move to the main functionality of adding the main operation with Firebase.